Hello again, everybody. Jim Hickey, also known as at Bass Fishing Tips on Twitter, back to you with this month's unboxing. Yep, that time of month. Showing up in today's mail was my first two boxes from Tackle Grab, and we opened it to see what we got, and so we're going to do our little report video here. As I always do for each one of these things, the first thing I do is add up the prices to make sure that they keep to their promise of providing you more value than what the cost of the subscription was. If you go month by month, the subscription price is $15 a month, and that includes the shipping. So they promise to give you more than $15 worth of baits, basically. And this month totals, based on the values they give in the card, $21.73. So they're keeping to their promise. There are four baits in this month's pack: a package of soft plastic baits, a jig, a package of hooks, and our spinnerbait. So, pretty interesting selection of baits. And like I said a moment ago, everything's full packs. There's no sample packs this month, so that's pretty impressive. They've gotten away from, at least for the time being, giving those half packs or whatever, of the soft plastics and hooks and things like that. Okay, so value wise, each one of these items, I'll give those as I'm going through. Hopefully, I won't forget. But let's start out with the jig. And this month's jig provided in this box is from Eco Pro Tungsten. It's called the Kira Jig casting model. It's a 1/4 ounce in size, green pumpkin in color, has a hand-tied skirt, so they're lead-free. That's pretty important up here in the Northeast because down in Massachusetts, any bass jig under, I think it's an ounce, I think it is the weight down there, is no longer legal. And in a year and a half, June 2016, the same thing will be up here in New Hampshire. So this actually would come in handy, quite handy then, at that point in time. Hand tied, not just a banded skirt, so that's pretty cool. It's tungsten, so that's a pretty small head for a 1/4 ounce. And when I look at it, I think almost 3/16 to an 1/8 ounce in size, comparing it with other jigs I have in my box. So good sharp hook, a little on the light side, so definitely casting. I'd fish this probably on like 12-pound test, maybe 14-pound test. No heavy duty flipping into dense cover, but should work, should do the job. Interesting little jig, tungsten. The next thing from Strike King is one of their Rage Tail soft plastic baits. This thing is called the Space Monkey. And to get a closer look to this, or at this, took it out of the package. It's a 4-inch, to me it's a cross between a creature bait and a crawfish bait. Has 4 different appendages, 2 large ones on the back, 2 ones on the front. It's a June bug in color, by the way. Has that little flange or that vertical pieces on the arm, so you get that flapping action, extra flapping action that the Rage Tails are famous for. And ironically, this is the first package of Rage Tail I've ever owned or had my hands on up close and personal. So I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting with these things and see what they're all about, see how much difference that little ridge actually makes. Um, Rigging these things, Texas style, on the back of a jig, on the back of an open jig head, even a shaky head. No reason why, as far as I'm concerned, you couldn't put it on a spinnerbait or chatterbait, and obviously Texas style with the right size hook. And speaking of hooks, they're also including from penhooks.com, I guess is what it is. I think that's what it is. A package of what they call 4/0 flippin' hooks. There's a pack of 5 here. They're J model. It has that kind of weird kind of bend in it. Well, kind of weird compared to the way most hooks look. Reminds me a lot of the old True Turn hooks that are out there, and I guess are still out there. They call this a flippin' hook, but to me that looks like an awfully light wire for flipping hook. That looks to me like a worm hook that I'd use on like a 7-8 inch worm, something like that. And it looks like they say that it'll work on the Rage Tail, and it looks heavy enough or thick enough, actually, wide enough, excuse me, to actually do that. So might be something interesting to play around with. The cost on the Rage Tails, by the way, was $5.39 list price. These hooks, $3.99. The Eco Pro Tungsten Jig is $4.49. So that's where the numbers are coming from in that 21.73. In the last item in the box, a spinnerbait from River to Sea Tackle, one of the Bling Spinnerbaits. This is a 1/2 ounce in size. I think it's called Lemonade Twirl. It has a willow leaf and Colorado blade combination. One's chrome, one's gold, and that lemonade is basically a chartreuse and white. To me, to put it more simply, like I said, half ounce in size, so it could be a decent bait to go out and do some slow rolling with. All right, so that's this month's offering from Tackle Grab. Like I said, $21.73 total. So they're delivering more value as they promised to. We're a week or so before Thanksgiving, so make sure you have a great Thanksgiving and be safe and warm out there in all this cold air that's descending across our fair land. Have a wonderful day.